In the ensuing weeks, if you will wonder why some results are stopping on you, not moving forward, some of the results are not coming by to you, then you can surely blame the ongoing Saturn retrogression for it.
Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel, Astrosurance. Today we will be covering Saturn's retrogression, which is going to happen in roughly about 9 to 10 days from now. And will be moving or continuing till at least mid-November. At least 12th of November, surely. Some apps will give you one day to here and there. However, Saturn's retrogression is important because it's a planet which is retrograde for a longest period of time. Unlike Venus or maybe a Mercury, which is retrograde only for a short duration of time. Secondly, Saturn's impact on a career, a life, a discipline, a commitment is highest. And hence, when a planet goes retrograde for a long period of time, its impact is also felt more stronger because the retrogression is longer for a longer period of time, and some results will probably get held up, probably get stoppages, or some of them may move very, very slowly at a snail's pace. So it's important for us to understand in the current transits of Saturn, where Rahu and Ketu are placed and with Jupiter is transiting through your horoscope, what can be the ensuing results for each of the rising sign natives. Now for Aries rising sign people, you have Saturn's impact being felt on the Lagna, on the 5th house and the 8th house, because Saturn's third aspect is on the Lagna, the 7th aspect is on the 5th house in the Leo sign, and its 10th aspect is going to be on the Scorpio sign, which is also the 10th house from where Saturn is placed in the Aquarius sign. So its third aspect, the aspect of effort, means that for Aries ascendant natives, some things that you have done or putting in a lot of effort for the next 5 to 6 months may not bear as many fruits for you as you anticipated. So this is a slow down period surely for you. So be careful of where you put in the effort. Don't put in efforts where there are risky endeavors, or you think that if I put in a lot of hard work, it may come by. Then you have to put double the effort. So know where to put in the effort and where not to. Pushing your case in certain things where, for example, your career is concerned or growth is concerned, and pushing too hard may be counterproductive. Secondly, Saturn's 7th aspect is on the sign of Leo in the 5th house of romance, of children, career changes, power, potential. So Saturn will slow down its effect or the ability to take leadership, because the Leo sign is also leadership, it's accountability, responsibility, leading from the front. So your ability to be able to shine as a leader, especially connected to career changes, or lead or take the lead or take the initiative to make a career change, may also get affected. So be careful of where you're pushing your way forward. Don't quit your job at all unless you have another assignment, another project, another job in hand, because if you quit in hurry, it may be very difficult to find another job immediately. This is also putting a spanner on romance, your ability to be able to spend better time with your date, your girlfriend, your spouse. So surely here you will struggle to find quality of time with your spouse, with your girlfriend, with your other half, or with your better half. So if you are not diligent, if you're not careful, you may get complaints from your partner saying that you're not giving me enough time. And so same thing with kids. Those people who are in a family who have kids, you will find that some of the results connected to children, especially connected to your efforts, may not be coming good. So you may have to put in extra effort, you may have to put in extra hours also to take care of children. So keep that in mind. Secondly, Saturn's 10th aspect is on the Scorpio sign. Saturn's 10th aspect is on the results connected to your career, your work, your karma. But here its aspect is on the Scorpio side, which means Saturn is saying any change that you're thinking or bringing about in your career going forward over the next 5 to 6 months may be strongly curtail or may not come as good. At least for the next 4.5 months, it will be not easy. So keep this in mind that you will have to rethink of your looking for a change, looking for a career, new opportunity, especially connected to the careers connected to the eighth house, like taxation, audits, government jobs, government projects, IT projects, insurance, wealth management, investment, all these areas which are connected to the eighth house, or emergencies, or agriculture, all of these areas, including the performing arts, you will have to either work very hard for a change, or some of these things will slow down or may be held up for a few more months. Now, what is interesting is that while Saturn's aspect on Scorpio will slow down results, Jupiter's continued seventh aspect from the Taurus sign is being protective, which is that Jupiter is saying that I'm going to protect the results of that house connected to your career. However, I may not be able to slow down Saturn's holding up or obstacle bringing impact while in retrogression. So keep that in mind. The other thing is Jupiter is also protective of your career with its ninth aspect or gain bringing aspect on the 10th house in your career. However, Jupiter may allow you to have the continued gains that you are getting from your job so far, but new gains or new changes, new roles may not coming by. Now, further, Ketu is influencing your career also. Ketu is a bringer of change. It's a change of status quo. So keep this in mind that if you at all you're trying to make an impact in your role, in your change, or a change in your career, Ketu is also bringing about a change in this time. But during this time period, it may not be possible. It may be possible only after November. And Rahu's continued aspect is going to be on the Scorpio sign. So all three, Jupiter, Rahu and Saturn, are going to aspect Scorpio sign in the 8th house. So Rahu is going to continue to give you the hunger, the greed, wanting better results, quicker results, faster results. But Saturn is slowing down. So, and Rahu is placed in the 12th house of waste and excess. So you may waste a lot of your effort. You may lose sleepless nights. You may be anxious. You may be frustrated why some results are coming for you. And that's why this video is important for you, that you understand that your placements are such that there is a yin and yang, push and pull in two different directions. So you may go through some ups and downs in your thinking pattern, in your emotional pattern. So just hold on till Saturn retrogression is over. Now for Taurus rising sign people, Saturn's aspect is going to be on your, or is continuing to be on your 12th house, on your 4th house and your 7th house. Now this is an important aspect of Saturn, because Saturn now in retrogression means that Saturn's third aspect of effort, which means that because the 12th house is also the house of waste and excess, Saturn may force you to relook at some of the expenses you have done so far. Saturn says slow down. I mean, are you spending more money than you're earning? So look ahead, plan where your monies are going, where your savings are. So Saturn will force you to relook at your savings, relook at where your expenses are going, relook at the lifestyle you're leading, or whether you're making any savings or you're putting money away for a rainy day or not. So Saturn is going to slow down the results. Secondly, Saturn plays in the 10th house, third aspect of effort in the 12th house. So effort connected to foreign clients, foreign companies, foreign work, foreign travel, all may be either slow down considerably, the results may not come by to you, or if you're putting an effort to go abroad, even for studies, because Saturn also rules your 9th house, that may also be impacted. Same thing with Saturn's 7th aspect directly on the 4th house in the sign of Leo, which means any leadership, accountability, responsibility that you take at home, you may have to put in more effort to keep things happy at home, to keep things calm at home, to keep things satisfied at home. So do give time, extra time if need be, to your family, to your domestic life, because a number of results will surely be slowed down for you. Now Saturn's 10th aspect is on the 7th house and in the sign of Scorpio, which means in a career where you have to work with a team, with others, there any changes that you're trying to bring about in the manner in which you work with people, in the manner which you deal with people, in the manner which you and others work in a certain project, what your roles are going to be, that may be impacted. and Saturn will not allow the results to come by easily. Saturn will not allow any changes that you're planning to do easily. So your teamwork may also be impacted. Sometimes some team members may not be on the best equation with you. So be on your guard, because unnecessarily saying something to people, spoiling your relation in the long run may not be a good thing. Now, why this is also important? Because Jupiter's continued seventh aspect is going to be on the Scorpio side. So Jupiter is expanding what Saturn is giving, though Jupiter is also protective. So Jupiter is trying to protect. However, if you are not cautious, Saturn slowing down results may also impact the results. However, this is also important for those Taurus rising sign people who are wanting to get married or get into a commitment or propose to somebody for marriage. Be careful of who you are getting into a relationship with and whether you're really looking for a long-term committed relationship or not, because surely this can get impacted long-term. So do relook at your marriage plans, or do focus on your marriage plans, do focus on your teamwork, because this is an area which is going to be severely be impacted. This is going to be for two reasons. One, Jupiter's ninth aspect of on the ninth house is on the house of gains, so Jupiter will protect the gains coming from it, because Saturn also rules the Capricorn sign. However, Ketu's fifth aspect is also on the ninth house, so Ketu is asking for a change in status quo, maybe even travel. But because Saturn is the ruler of the ninth house in retrogression, so those plans may also be put in a span, especially traveling, for spiritual travels or going abroad. So some of your travel plans may be impacted. So be more diligent when you make your travel plans, or for students when you're preparing for your exams, because this is an important time period for you. And why did I say this is going to be a continued aspect on your seventh house? Because the Rahu's ninth house aspect is also on your seventh house. So all three are aspecting your seventh house: Jupiter, Saturn, as well as Rahu. Rahu is increasing the hunger and greed from relations, from partnership, whereas Saturn is slowing down. Jupiter is protective. So here, in terms of teamwork, in terms of your relations, you will find a number of ups and downs, number of roller coaster ride that you go through. So plan your time ahead very well. Plan the next 4-5 months. Don't get overly frustrated. Be calm, be patient, and results will follow. Now, for Gemini rising sign people, Saturn's aspect while in retrogression is going to be continued on your 11th house, on your 3rd house, and in your 6th house. However, what is different now is because Saturn has gone in retrogression, which means Saturn is slowing down results of the 11th house, slowing down results of the 3rd house, slowing down results of the 6th house. So Saturn's impact will be on your ability to interact with people, especially working in large organization, working for large causes. That may be surely be impacted, especially because it is the Aries sign where Saturn gets debilitated. So your ability to work with people may be impacted. Your ability to come good in certain things which you have really wished for a long period of time may be impacted for over the next 4.5 to 5 months. Here, friendships may also be impacted. So be very careful what you say to your friends, especially close friends, especially to your close social network, because that could be impacted most. If you're trying to build up your social network, if you're trying to strike up a friendship with somebody, that may take in more effort than become easy. Then, to be able to deal with matters of societal concerns or social connection, or have a good time socially, may be impacted. Some of you may have to put in extra hours at work also, because of which your social life may also be impacted. So be careful, be more diligent, and try and take some time off for yourself and your network and your friends. Saturn's 7th aspect is going to be on the 3rd house, but in retrogression in the sign of Leo. So any responsibility or accountability for your communications that you need to take, you will have to be extra careful of what you say, because you may say something which may in your communication, in your ability to influence people, in your marketing, in your branding, in your ability to represent your organization, represent your division, represent your department, represent your products or services, you may say something which may be counterproductive. And to salvage the situation, you may have to put in long, hard work. So be careful of what you say, because then you will be asked to take responsibility for what you said and what went wrong. Then Saturn's 10th aspect is going to be continuing on the 6th house, but in the Scorpio sign. Now, the Scorpio sign of change connected to service. Saturn is also the Karaka of service, of career. And Saturn also rules the 8th house of obstacles. So Saturn is slowing down results connected to service. So those people who are in some sort of service, where you're directly serving the customers, where you're directly facing the customers, clients, there you will find that your impact may not be as strong as before, or you may have to struggle a bit with customers. There may be customer complaints, there may be client complaints as well. And in your service, some of the customers may not be as happy as they have been earlier, or suddenly they may find some challenges in your products, in your services, in your ability to serve, in your ability to do well for them. So be a little careful, put in extra work, be more good, be more, be happy around them, smile more, strike up a conversation, build your rapport with people, because this is going to be a trying time for those people who are in service. Now, this is more important because Jupiter's 7th aspect is going to continue to be on your Scorpio sign. So, while Jupiter is going to be protective of your service, but new changes in service, new changes in career may not be brought about. Jupiter's 9th aspect is going to be on Capricorn sign, which is also ruled by Saturn. So, careers connected to the 8th house may be impacted, specifically connected to foreign lands. So those people who are working with foreign clients or serving foreign clients, or in hospitals or in clinics or in emergencies, may also get affected, especially those who have strong Mercury or Mercury related jobs like analytics, data, all those areas connected to the 8,000 Mercury. This is also important because Ketu is also aspecting with this 5th aspect, Capricorn sign. Ketu is a change bringer. So Ketu is trying to get about a change or change the status quo connected to the 8th house. So if there have been areas where you are working on connected to the 8th house, like inheritance, or give government apply for government jobs, take up government projects related to data, auditing, all of those, Ketu is trying to bring about a change, and saying that you bring about a change in terms of how you work. So here, growth may not come by. So Jupiter is protecting you, losing something here, but Ketu is also asking you to change how you do your work from now on, because it is also ruled by Saturn, to be able to get continued growth. Now, Rahu's 9th aspect, on the other hand, is also going to be on Scorpio sign from the 10th house of career. So Rahu wants more gains in your service. Saturn is saying, hold on, be protective. So sometimes you may feel the frustration of not getting growth, not getting promoted, not getting the role that you're looking for over the next 4.5, 5 months. So be very careful of how you treat people at work, how you deal with your bosses, what kind of equation you share with your bosses, because this could impact what the equation is going to be, specifically if you are too pushy about a project, about growth, about a role, about the corner office, about the increments, about the benefits you get. So be careful of how you play your cards during this period. Slow down, and post November, Rahu being in a very strong position, better results will come by for you from then onwards. Now for Cancer rising sign people, Saturn is in a very strong position in the 8th house. Saturn is protective in the 8th house, especially in the Dusthana. However, now Saturn is going retrograde from end of June till roughly about mid-November. So this means that Saturn's aspects are going to slow down those houses where its aspect falls, because Saturn is going in retrogression. So for Cancer rising sign people, because Saturn's 3rd aspect is on the 10th house in Aries, where Saturn also gets debilitated, which means that your ability to connect with superiors, with bosses, work diligently with them, to be able to put an impact on them, to be able to get them to recognize your efforts may be a little challenged during this period. It will not be easy for you how you get results from your bosses, from authority figures, which means you will have to put in more effort over the next 5 months to really make an impact, or at least they to be able to recognize that your work is impactful. So Saturn is going to slow down results connected to career, promotion, growth. Very few of you may really be able to get results as you expect, or increments as you expect, or role as you expect. Saturn's seventh aspect is going to be on the second house of income, savings. So if you are planning to put in more money into savings or focus on your savings, Saturn is saying, please relook at your savings, because either your savings are not growing, or you may also need to dig into your purse strings, open them up to spend money over the next 4 or 5 months. Some expenses may come by for you. It could be conveniences at home. It could be something related to your health. It could be something related to educational. Something related to the family may come up. Somebody may even ask you for loans, because of which you may have to loosen your purse strings. However, savings surely are getting impacted, and because it is the Leo sign, so you will have to take more leadership and accountability for your expenses, for your savings, for your income also. So Saturn is saying, I'm going to slow down the results, ask you to relook at how you're treating money, how you're looking at your savings. Saturn's 10th aspect is on the 5th house, but in the sign of Scorpio. The 5th house being the 8th house to the 10th house. So career changes are also seen from the 5th house, especially for Cancer natives, because the 5th house is also the house having the sign of Scorpio, the sign of change. So Saturn is going to slow down results coming by for you in terms of career, specifically connected to any growth that you're looking at, because Saturn's third aspect is on the 10th house and Saturn's 10th aspect is on the 5th house of change and Scorpio sign, which is a change bringer. Now, why this is important? Because Jupiter's 7th aspect is also going to be on the Scorpio sign. So Jupiter is going to be protective of what results that you get, and it will not allow you to make a change where the change may not be good for you. So firstly, Saturn is slowing down any change which is happening in career, and Jupiter is protecting you, saying that, hold on, don't be in a rush. Don't rush into a new equation. Don't quit your job before you find another one, because finding another one will be very difficult if you quit your job first. Jupiter is also aspecting your 7th house, the sign of Capricorn, also ruled by Saturn. So results of in your relationship may also be getting impacted, which means that you may take time to settle down in a relationship, or you may take time to look at how you treat your partner. But because Jupiter is protective, Jupiter is asking you to give more time, give more attention. If you give more time and attention and be more wise in how you deal with your partner, then it will be a better time. But those people who are planning to get engaged or make a commitment to others, unless you have already made that commitment, if you're thinking of making a commitment, if you're thinking of getting into a marriage, the zodiac is telling you, think again, think twice. But even if you make a decision during this time, it may not be counterproductive, it may still be good, because Jupiter's protective aspect and the gain-bringing aspect, the 9th aspect, is on the 7th house. So surely gains are coming from partnership, gains are coming from marriage, gains are coming from commitment as well. Now this is important because Ketu's 5th aspect is on the 7th house, asking for a change, asking for a status quo change. So Ketu is saying, I'm going to bring about a change in your status quo. If you are not committed, you make a commitment. If you're not married, you may want to make a commitment to somebody, get engaged, get married also. So Ketu is bringing about a change in the status quo. But on the other hand, Saturn is saying, slow down, relook at the person. If you're absolutely sure of the person, then only you go ahead. But Jupiter's 9th aspect of gains is surely bringing about very good gains for people, Cancer rising people, in terms of your partnership, in terms of your team effort, in terms of your marriage. But this is also important because Rahu's 9th aspect is going to be on your 5th house of romance, but sign of Scorpio. So Rahu is saying that relook at your expectations from a career change, specifically connected to career, because Saturn also is the Karaka of career, and Saturn is also aspecting Scorpio and the 5th house, the change of career house, but Jupiter is also aspecting it. So any extra dreams that you have, extra wishes that you have in terms of career change, be careful of how you bring that about. It's you may end up spending more time with your loved ones rather than you make a career change during that time. So better enjoy that period. Why not? Now for Leo rising sign people, Saturn is in your 7th house and is going to continue to aspect your 9th, your Lagna, and your 4th house. However, now in retrogression, which means Saturn's 3rd aspect of effort is on the 9th house of gains, education, foreign travel, long distance travel. and in the sign of Aries, where it gets debilitated. So Saturn is going to slow down results connected to the ninth house of going to foreign lands, looking at investments in foreign universities to go for high qualifications or travel, even spiritual travel. And Saturn is also asking you to relook at if you are getting into a second relationship, especially related to marriage, then relook at whether you really want to take the decision forward or not. Or Saturn will slow down, or Saturn may not allow you to take the decision also in some cases. Saturn's seventh aspect, the more powerful aspect on the Lagna itself. So Saturn is take more responsibility, connected to teamwork, connected to partnership. Then only results of your labor may come by for you. So, because Lagna is significant, it affects a number of areas of your life. Saturn is saying, unless you worked in a teamwork or in a teamwork or work with teams or work with your partner to get results, the results may not be as good. Especially connected to the domestic life, because Saturn is placed in your 7th house with its 10th aspect. It is aspecting Scorpio sign in the 4th house of domestic life. So Saturn is saying, give more attention to your domestic life, give more time to family, and ensure that you take care of your family if you have not done so, because then the impact may be felt. There may be people who push back at home, people who are angry at you, people upset with you. So please do focus on your domestic life. And here, why it's important is because it is a Scorpio sign, it is pushing change. So it's important that before the zodiac makes some force change on you, you change yourself. And this is also important because Jupiter's 7th aspect is going to be the protective aspect, the expansive aspect also. So Jupiter is still bringing you gains, especially connected to career, especially connected to domestic life, and is more protective of it also. And specifically connected to service, because Jupiter's 9th aspect is on the other sign ruled by Saturn, which is Capricorn. However, Ketu's 9th aspect is on the 5th aspect is on the 6th house of career. So Ketu is asking for a status quo change, asking for a change in your service, or how you do service, or who you serve. So do relook at the options you have, but don't force the change right now. Saturn is telling you that, because Saturn also rules the Capricorn sign, the 6th house of service. Relook at where you're working, relook at whether you want to take a decision long term. So relook at it, do focus on it, and then try and make a change, but don't make a change without having some other option in hand. This is also important because Rahu's 9th aspect is going to continue to be on the Scorpio side, along with Saturn's aspect, along with Jupiter's aspect. So Rahu is going to increase the hunger and greed for results at home, connected to conveniences, connected to assets. So be a little careful where you invest your monies in, where you buy your conveniences from. But do focus on the family. But what Rahu also does is increases your hunger and greed from your family. So you expect more from your family, you expect more from your spouse, you expect more love and affection, you expect more intimacy from your spouse also. So be a little careful. Though Jupiter is expanding and improving the results that you may get from domestic life, but Saturn's aspect is saying slow down. And if you have worked hard on wanting that intimacy or getting that love, affection, or focus and attention, only when you deserve it, then only you shall get. Now, for Virgo rising sign people, this is an important placement or important transit because of a few reasons. One, Saturn, while it is continuing to be in your 6th house and continuing to aspect your 8th house, your 12th house, and your 3rd house, what is going to happen is Saturn is also now going to slow down the results further. Saturn is anyways a slowest moving planet. Now in retrogression, it is going to slow down things further and asking you to relook at some of the options you have in life, some of the areas that are concerning you. Firstly, in your 6th house, Saturn's presence in the house of service. So Saturn's asking you to relook at where you're serving, who you're serving, and how you're serving. Especially connected to the 8th house, because Saturn gets debilitated in the Aries sign and the 3rd house of effort. So Saturn is saying a lot of effort that you put in connected to career, where if your career is related to the 8th house, that may slow down considerably, or those results may not come by for you. So if the period is slowing down, if you're not able to give more time, not able to give attention, not able to get enough fruits of your labor, don't get frustrated, don't get anxious, because this next 5 months anyway is going to be that period for you. The best period for career wise results are going to come by for you when Saturn moves into the seventh house, and is going to move away from the sixth house of service, move away from third aspect being on the eighth house of obstacles. So right now, Saturn may create obstacles every now and then, some or the other results. But be careful of how you make decisions. Quitting your job in a hurry without either having an option at hand or not having an option or some plans ahead may not be good for you, specifically if you have your work or service connected to foreign lands, because Saturn's seventh aspect, the most powerful aspect, is on the 12th house but in the sign of Leo. Leo asks you to take responsibility. So Saturn is saying if you are ready to take responsibility for your results, specifically if you're working in foreign lands for a client, working in the 12th house results, for example, working in isolation, working in IT, working in armed forces, working in hospital, clinics, then Saturn is slowing down results, but Saturn is also asking you to take more responsibility and accountability for the results that you are getting. So surely this is a slowing down period for you and a more sobering period for you. This is also important because the third house of effort is where Saturn's 10th aspect is falling, but in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a sign of change or harbinger of change. So Saturn's 10th aspect says that 10th house of career may have some change that may come by for you, or the option of getting a change in your career is also there. However, be careful of how you communicate, who you talk to, because your ability to say the wrong things or say things in a hurry without taking responsibility may be counterproductive, especially because Rahu's ninth aspect is also going to be on Scorpio sign. Now, Jupiter is going to be protective of that house anyways, because Jupiter's seventh aspect is going to be on Scorpio sign, but it is also going to expand the results that you get from your communication. So be careful of what you say and who you say. So if you're more careful of your communication skills, better results will come by for you. But if you're not careful, you shoot off your mouth, then surely there may be challenges. And this is also important because Ketu's fifth aspect is going to be on the other sign ruled by Saturn, which is Capricorn. Saturn slowing down results, but Ketu with ninth aspect of gains is saying with a change there may be gains which is coming for you. So Ketu is saying make a change in the status quo. So if you're not in any direct contact with people who are recruiters, or you're looking for a change or looking for a job change, then this may be a time to relook at how you work, who you work for, and how you're going about your work related, because it is the Capricorn sign, the natural 10th house of the Kalpurush conflict. And Rahu's ninth aspect is also Scorpio, where Jupiter's aspect is also there, Saturn's aspect is also there. So Rahu is going to increase your need or results from your communication. So you want people to understand you, you want people to follow you, you want people to be more attentive to what you say or be influenced by you. But the chances that people may be influenced by you is getting slowed down big time because of Saturn's 10th aspect on the Scorpio side. So be careful of who you say, what you say, especially in a marketing role, especially in a role where you have to sell services or you're trying to influence people. This may not be the best time for you, but overall, still it's a fairly decent period for Virgo ascendant natives because of Jupiter placed in the ninth house. Most powerful position for Jupiter is always the ninth house, and it is also aspecting your Lagna, also aspecting your third house as well as the fifth house. So make the most of it, and because Jupiter also rules the seventh house of partnership, of marriage, of making a commitment. So make the best use of this period, because there's surely a change period is on the cards for you. Now for Libra rising sign people, Saturn's aspect is going to continue to be on your 7th house, your 11th house and your 2nd house. However, Saturn's third aspect on the 7th house means Saturn is asking you to slow down results of relation, marriage. So Saturn is saying that if you're wanting to make a commitment, be careful. If you're wanting to make a commitment in a teamwork, or in a role that you play in a team, also be careful of how you make the commitment, because Saturn is slowing down those results for you, especially connected to change in career, because Saturn is in the 5th house, which is the 8th to the 10th house. Secondly, Saturn is slowing down results of spending more time with your love, with your friends, with your social network, and what you say may also impact your long-term relation with them, and specifically connected to working in large organization, working for large brands. So results may slow down here. Thirdly, Saturn's 10th aspect is on the Scorpio sign in the second house. So in your career, you may either feel stagnation. That means you may not get growth at least over the next 4 to 5 months in terms of your earning potential, in terms of your increments, in terms of what extra rewards or rewards that you get. It will be very hard time for you to come by. But at the same time, Saturn is also asking you, zodiac is also asking you to relook at how you make your expenses and how you make your earnings, because it is the Scorpio sign. So Saturn's retrogression is asking you to slow down, relook at how you save money, where you save money. This is important because Jupiter's 7th aspect is going to be on Scorpio sign. It's going to be more protective and wanting to expand, but with planning. And Jupiter's 9th aspect of gains is on the Capricorn sign, the other sign ruled by Saturn. So domestic life is also what Jupiter is protecting. However, Jupiter is also expanding the results of the 4th house, which means you will have to be putting in more effort in your domestic life to get better results from it. This is important because Ketu's 5th aspect is going to continue to be on the Capricorn sign. Ketu is asking for a change of status quo. So if you have not established a domestic home yet, Ketu is asking, relook at it. If you have not made a commitment, make a commitment to somebody. If you are not married, relook at your plans of getting married, or at least try and find a partner, or look at it seriously also. And so for some of you, there may be change in home or home improvement, buying new conveniences. That may also be on the anvil for you. However, be careful of what you buy, how you buy, because Saturn is on retrogression, at least till mid-November. And Rahu's 9th aspect is going to also be on the Scorpio sign, where Saturn is also aspecting, Jupiter is also aspecting, which means Rahu is increasing your hunger and greed for income, earning. Saturn is slowing it down. Jupiter is protecting it. So while your income may be protected, but you'll have to relook at seriously how you go about it, because Rahu is asking you or giving you thirst, hunger and greed to get more, as Saturn is slowing down those results. Now for Scorpio rising sign people, Saturn is going to be continue to be in the 4th house and continue to aspect your 6th house, 10th and the Lagna. However, what is important is Saturn is now going to be in retrogression till at least mid-November. So Saturn's 3rd aspect of effort in the sign where it gets debilitated, but the sign of house of service, their results may slow down considerably for you. So you'll have to work extra hard to be able to get better results from your service, specifically because Saturn's 7th aspect is directly on the 10th house, but in the sign of Leo. So the zodiac is asking you to take more responsibility, make more commitment, work harder to be able to get results. And if you don't take accountability and responsibility, which the Leo sign represents, then the results from your service may not come by for you, especially connected to somewhere where you are looking also at a status improvement through a promotion, through a growth, through new projects, through a new role, through a new job also. So the status improvement may not come by for you, but because it is the Scorpio sign, it is the Lagna, Saturn is going to slow down results over the next 4.5 months. But the good thing is Jupiter's continuous 7th aspect on the Scorpio sign, so Jupiter is protecting you from losses. Though some extra profits gains may not come by for you, but surely Jupiter is going to be protective of you not falling short or not going down or not falling ill. So Jupiter is trying to protect you. And Jupiter's 9th aspect is on the other sign ruled by Saturn, which is Capricorn sign. So effort is something which Jupiter is also protecting. So effort may not go waste, but the results of effort may not come by over the next 4 or 5 months. It may come later. This is also important because Ketu's 5th aspect is also in the 3rd house of effort. So Ketu is saying, relook at how you are putting in effort, how you are communicating, how you are marketing, how you are influencing people, who you are saying what to, because Ketu is the harbinger of change. It is the status quo changer. So relook at where you are putting in efforts, how you are marketing your products and services, who you are talking to, how you are talking to, because that may be good for you going forward, but if you are not diligent, then it will be counterproductive. And Rahu's aspect is also going to be on the Lagna. So the Lagna is going to be continually be aspected by Saturn with 10th aspect, Jupiter with the 7th aspect, and Rahu with the 9th aspect from the 5th house. So Rahu is going to increase your need to get results. Rahu is going to make you jittery. Rahu is going to make you emotional, frustrated, anxious also, that why I'm not getting results, why this is getting held up. But now you know the reason, because of Saturn's 10th aspect is on Scorpio sign for some period now, and now for the next 5 months it is going to continue to remain there. So don't be jittery, don't be frustrated, play a waiting game, and you will find better results start coming by for you from November onwards. Now for Sagittarius rising sign people, Saturn is going to continue to remain in the third house. However, while it's now going to be in retrogression from end of June till mid-November, so its aspect and its presence in the third house is going to considerably slow down the results of each of the houses. So Saturn being retrograde in the third house of communication, which means Saturn is saying that please be careful of who you say, what you say, and how you say, because you are going to create an adverse impact and how people see you, how you represent your products, how you represent your services, and is specifically connected to the romance, because Saturn third aspect of effort is in the fifth house of romance, but in the sign where it gets debilitated. So not being careful of what you say may result in unnecessary misunderstanding with your partner and your romantic liaison or your romantic better half. You will find that the next 5 months you may unnecessarily say things shoot out the mouth. Be more careful over the next 5 months what you say to especially your better half, because everything may be misconstrued. Don't blame them. This is the retrogression which is in progress, so don't fight. So be more understanding over the next 5 months, because it is you, it is not them. So be more careful of the results. And don't make a commitment if you're not absolutely sure about somebody. Don't propose, don't make a commitment, don't think of getting engaged or getting married also to somebody. Saturn's 7th aspect is on the 9th house of long distance travel, of gains also. So gains from long distance travel may not come by as easily as before, or you'll have to work harder, specifically connected to long distance travel, because Saturn's 10th aspect is on the 12th house of foreign lands. However, because it is the 10th aspect of Saturn, so anybody who's thinking of going abroad or related to career results may not come by easy for you, specifically because it is the Scorpio sign, because it is the sign of change, but also obstacles. So if you're put in a lot of hard work, then a change may come by for you now over the next 5 months. If you have not worked hard, if you have not been diligent, then anything connected to going to foreign lands for studies, for higher education, for PhDs, or for career may not be easy. You will have to work harder to get results, or the results may come by for you only post November. This is also important because Jupiter's 7th aspect is also going to be on the 12th house and in the sign of Scorpio from the 6th house of service. So Jupiter is expanding results, Saturn is slowing them down. So things may be status quo for the next 4 or 5 months. Things may not move much, but things may not die completely, because Jupiter is being protective and not allowing the results to go. And because Jupiter is also with the 9th aspect aspecting Capricorn sign, the other sign ruled by Saturn, so income, which the 2nd house represents, is also going to be under focus. Jupiter is protecting your income, but expenses may go up because Saturn's 10th aspect is on the Scorpio sign in the 12th house of waste and excess. So be careful of your purse strings, be careful of your expenses, and relook at saving, because this is an appropriate time. This is also important because Ketu's 5th aspect is going to be on the Capricorn sign, the 2nd house of income, from the 10th house of career. So while Ketu is giving you a chance for status quo change, which means Ketu is giving you a chance that there may be a change in your income, or how you earn, how you save. However, Saturn is slowing down the results of it, while Jupiter is protective of it. Why Saturn is slowing down? Because Saturn also rules the 2nd house, because it is the Capricorn sign. So Saturn will be slowing down results, but Ketu is asking for a change. So if you are not at least getting an income, at least there may be change even in your purse strings, your bank balance going down. So be careful of where you spend money, how you spend money, because Jupiter is trying to protect you. But if you are somebody who may who may throw caution to the winds, then nobody may help you, especially because Rahu's 9th aspect is going to be on the 12th house of expenses and in the sign of Scorpio. So Rahu from the 4th house of domestic life, assets. So you may buy conveniences, you want to live it up, you want to have a better quality of life, you want to live in a better house. All those things may end up you getting influenced to spend more, or wanting to go abroad, wanting to go to foreign lands, maybe for studies, maybe for career. So you may get too jittery when the results of foreign lands, foreign career, or working in isolated roles like in IT, where you're the project lead or sole operator, those things may also be slowing down. So overall, not a bad period for Sagittarius people, as long as you are careful, as long as you're committed, as long as you're diligent, and you're ready to play the waiting game. Now for Capricorn rising sign people, Saturn is going to be continuing to be in your second house, but continuing to aspect your 4th house, 8th house and the 11th house, but now in retrogression, which means the results of domestic life, results from the 8th house, specifically connected to careers related to the 8th house, may be affected. And your social life, social network, working in large organization, working in large brands, working in large teams may also get impacted. So this is surely a time where you have to slow down and relook at your purse strings, because it is the second house of income, second house saving, second house of your bank balance. So the zodiac is telling you, slow down, relook at where your money is going, relook at where your savings are going, relook at how you save money, how you earn money, also specifically connected to careers related to the 8th house, like taxation, audits, government jobs, IT, agriculture, research, so many things. Why is it so important? Because the 8th house has the sign of Leo, where you have to take responsibility for your actions yourself, and because Saturn's 10th aspect is on the sign of Scorpio in the 11th house. So Scorpio is the sign of change. 10th aspect is the house is the aspect of career, karma, and Scorpio sign change. So change may come by for you, but there may be obstacles for a good change to come by till at least November. So be careful of where you are making the change. Don't make the change in a hurry. Be careful or do your diligence. However, the change may come by from a social network, or initiated by a social network, or through a friend or somebody who you know who is in your social network. However, Saturn's 10th aspect on your social network, sign of Scorpio, which means some of the friendships may also have a tendency to break if you're not careful of what you say, of what your language is, because Saturn is in the second house, which is also the house of language. So don't shoot off your mouth and say something which you may regret later. The relationship may go. However, Jupiter's aspect is going to continue to on the Scorpio sign. So Jupiter is going to be more protective of how you deal with your relations, and not allow you to make any big making somebody very angry, or somebody be very upset. However, Jupiter is protecting, but Saturn is not allowing you to make new connections. Only old connections may be good for you or may help you, though there may be slowing down of time that you spend with them, or the quality time that you spend with them. However, because Jupiter's 9th aspect of gains is continuing to be on the Capricorn sign, other sign ruled by Saturn, so you may find that Jupiter is more protective of overall areas of your life, of your health, of your career, of your status, the station in society. However, the biggest impact may be on money, and some emergencies may come, because of which you have to loosen your purse strings connected to the home. So expenses at home, some things falling, going bad, or you requiring repair, requiring change, requiring new expenses also. So all these areas are important. This is also important because Ketu's 5th aspect is on the Lagna. So Ketu is asking for a status quo change, but Jupiter is protecting it while Saturn is retrograde. So you will find that you may be frustrated, specifically for students who are looking for change in your education qualification, going to foreign lands. That may be impacted. So you may have to hold off your plan for another 4 or 5 months, rather than be too jittery, because Ketu is trying to bring about the change, but Saturn is going down. This is also important because Rahu's 9th aspect is going to be on the 11th house, but the sign of Scorpio. So Rahu's aspirations, hunger and greed, wishes and desires coming true is high, but Saturn is slowing down results. So there may be unnecessary frustrations, bitterness, sleepless nights also. So, but overall it's still not a bad period, because Jupiter is pretty protective of results for you, aspecting your 9th house, aspecting your 11th house, aspecting your Lagna. So bid your time till November for better results to come by for you. Now for Aquarius rising sign people, Saturn is going to remain in your Lagna, but now in retrogression, which means it is impacting the results that you get from your communication, the results that you get in your married life, in partnership, in teamwork, and results that you get from your career. Saturn is considerably slowing them down while in a Sasha Yoga in your Lagna. So this is an important period because Saturn is going retrograde in the Lagna itself, which means a number of areas of your life may be impacted or slow down. More so it will be with the third aspect, the aspect of effort in the sign where it gets debilitated. So your efforts may not bear as many fruits for you in terms of your health. If you're going to the gym, you may not lose as much weight. If you're planning to take up new qualification, you will have to put in more hard work. If you're trying to improve your status by adding some more certification, that may take more time. So overall results in number of areas may be impacted. So effort may not bear as much fruit, at least over the next 4.5-5 months. However, if you keep working hard, then better results will come from November. And the same thing comes for marriage also, for married life also. So if the focus is too much on yourself rather than the married life, then your married life may get affected. Your effort to have a more meaningful, satisfied life at home may also be impacted. However, Jupiter is placed in your fourth house and going to aspect your career related decisions at least. So career is getting protective. Though Saturn's 10th aspect on Scorpio sign in the 10th house is asking for slowing down, no good results or no better results, maybe no growth, but Jupiter is protecting at least your current situation. So you may not be given the pink slip, you may not be given the marching order. However, results of career may be slowed down. If you're looking for increments, promotion, growth, next 4.5-5 months, it may be very, very difficult. And the same thing connected to career related to foreign lands and foreign land. Jupiter is protective of it. However, you may not get the best results because the Capricorn sign, the 12th house, is also ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is going retrograde. So the best results in terms of foreign lands, foreign careers, going abroad may be slowed down or may not come by for everyone, or at least till November. This is also important because Ketu is aspecting with his fifth aspect, the 12th house, asking for a status quo change. Ketu is a status quo changer, a change bringer. However, because Jupiter is protecting it or Jupiter is expanding it, so they're asking you or forcing you or making you rethink or wanting to go there. However, Saturn ruling that house means you have to be more diligent of what offers you take. You'll have to be more diligent in your paperwork. Otherwise, the results may come much more slower than you expected. And because Rahu's 9th aspect is going to continue to be in the Scorpio sign, all three aspecting your career, your 10th house, Jupiter, Saturn as well as Rahu. So you may have more hunger and greed for results from your career. You may be frustrated. Why am I not getting the growth? Why am I not getting promoted? Why am I not getting the project? Why am I not being given the recognition? However, because Saturn's 10th aspect of career is in the Scorpio sign, so results will slow down considerably for Aquarius people. So my suggestion for you is to be lying low for the next 4-5 months. Keep working hard, and then if you sustain your work over the next 4-5 months, you will find better results come by for you from November onwards. Now for Pisces rising sign people, Saturn is going to continue to remain in your 12th house in its own sign, but now in retrogression. Now in retrogression, it is the third house, the second house of income with the third aspect. The Saturn is influencing in the sign where it gets debilitated. So Saturn is saying, please be more careful of how you are spending your monies, because the 12th house of expenses, second house of savings, income. So your income may be getting impacted, but there may be more expenses. So Saturn is retrograding and asking you in retrogression to relook at your finances, your income, your source of money coming in, where you're getting a remuneration, how you are getting in, how much are you saving. So you may be forced to losing your purse strings also. And this is important because Saturn's 7th aspect, the most important aspect is on the 6th house of service, but in the Leo sign, while Saturn is placed in the 12th house of waste and excess. So Saturn is saying in terms of service, if you don't take responsibility and accountability for your own results, because it is in the Leo sign, which is also the sign of leadership ruled by Sun. So if you don't do that, then your income may be impacted and gains from the 9th house may not come in. This is more important because Saturn's 10th aspect, the career aspect, is on Scorpio sign in the 9th house of gains. So gains may not come in from a change which Scorpio represents easily in terms of your service if you're not ready to put in the effort, if you're not ready to put in the commitment. This is also important because on the one hand, Jupiter is very protective with the 7th aspect on the Scorpio sign. So any gains that you're looking for from higher qualification, higher education, long-term travel, going to foreign lands will be coming by. However, the effort you have to put in now and sustain effort, and then results may combine for you starting November when Saturn goes direct. Jupiter's ninth aspect of gains is on the other sign ruled by Saturn, which is the Capricorn sign. So Jupiter is also protective of your friendships. However, Saturn going retrograde while ruling Capricorn means new network, new friendship may not be easy to strike. So keep that in mind. This is also important because Ketu is trying to change the status quo in terms of your friendships. Working in a large organization, looking for large brands. So Ketu is asking or trying to bring about a change in status quo. Jupiter is protecting, but Saturn is slowing down. So which means the change may still come in for you, but you'll have to wait at least till November for the change to come. Now, most important is Rahu is transiting through your Lagna and with his ninth aspect, also aspecting Scorpio sign, which Jupiter is also aspecting, Saturn is also aspecting. So Rahu is increasing the hunger and greed for you to go to foreign lands or to get higher remuneration through higher qualification, or go for better universities, better degrees, or to get higher gains, and wanting a change. But Saturn's 10th aspect, slowing down aspect, is not allowing that change. So gains will still come back for you if you continue to put in the hard work and commitment, but only post November. So friends, now that we have seen how Saturn going now retrograde over the next roughly 4.5 months is going to impact each one of us in different ways, in different means, for different areas of our life, please do relook into your horoscope and see how Saturn is placed, with what yoga, doshas it's placed, because that will also bring in its own flavor. So friends, like this video, share this video. If you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me, the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.